What's up, everyone? Today I'm in the heart of Montreal because I was asked to go speak at a real estate office here downtown. Super excited to go meet all these agents who are interested in growing their business online and just look forward to truly helping them out. And yeah, let's get this show started. It's a little ugly out, but it's all right. We'll be fine. All right, time to help some realtors grow their business. We in this with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a way, I want people to sort of get my vibe because I'm not for everyone. I know that there are people I've met, who are like really like sort of cutthroat, kind of sharky people. I'm not the broker for them, So I'd rather just be myself and connect with like-minded people, and then I have a much nicer time working with them and stuff. So.
And what's so cool is Peter specifically, if there's anything I learned from is his ability to connect with people. Like, it's actually, I don't know, so different than 99% of the realtors I work with. Like, so I know to talk to so many realtors who are scared to bother their clients. Like, they're scared to bother people by calling them and doing all these things. And you got Peter who hops on the phone with people and can just make them feel so, like you said, I got on the phone with you after. They were so happy I called and I was able to help them with this and that, just because that's how the way you interact. It's not like you're interrogating them. Yeah. You're just like, hey, how can I help you today?
I don't follow up as much as I should. I do get nervous before calling clients. It's just like sometimes I'll make a list of like, hey, these are still good prospects I'm gonna phone, and I'll come upstairs and tell them, like, I called 10 people today.
Yes.
Oh my God, but the thing is, when you do it, it's just like, and 3 of them were like wonderful conversations. It's like, why am I not doing this?
Yeah.
So I could still be doing better. Definitely.
Yeah, everyone can.
I feel that too, but it's I really like having clients. I really like helping people. Mm-hmm. So it's like that want overcomes the fear. Yeah. And you got to push through it. Mm-hmm. You got to push through it, but it's not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm actually here when I think I was talking to Peter about it, and he was telling me he had a conversation with people in the office about what he was doing, and then I got to speak to Deborah. Who's Deborah? It's some, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
She
was the one sitting here. Okay, yeah. And then just like, it was a cool opportunity, especially for us to get to like be better known as the people who help in Montreal. Like, we want to be known as the marketing people who are just here to help. And if we get to work together, great. If not, that's okay. As long as you guys get to do something with this information, I'll be happy. Yeah, so before I just get into a bit, I'm going to go into more like what it is that we do, but more how you guys can apply it to your business, not as much what we do. How many of you guys are posting regularly on social media? By regularly, I mean like, okay, here, let's start monthly. How many of you guys are posting every month? All right. Every week? Yeah. Okay. Every day?
Close.
All right, close? Okay, cool. How many are running advertising online on any platform, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Facebook? Nothing? Okay. So,
like the paid Facebook ads?
Yeah, paid Facebook ads.
I've done that.
Okay, sweet. When you did it, how long did you do it for?
I did it for 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. So I think like Peter was saying, for him especially, it was a lot of try things, stop, try something else, stop. Mm-hmm. When you can get something going consistently, like that's when, so now you saw like, okay, with, for example, with us, well, ever since we met, you've run ads off and on, and you see these clients closing in the future. Imagine you ran ads the whole time. Imagine you never stopped, and you never took breaks running ads. Then your pipeline would be filled up for further in the future, and it'll just be longer. So the goal is to just consistency, and then you see the return coming, and then you can rely on it rather than, okay, I have a slow referral month, I should start running ads. No, now you gotta wait 6 months before you're gonna see any return from it. So the goal is start when you're busy. That way, when you're not, you have something coming in.
I chose to stop like I wasn't running ads in July and into August because I wanted to play golf. So,
Which is fair. It's fair. Okay, sweet. So this is, I kind of took one of the presentation. I kind of showed a realtor sometimes when I'm wanting to partner with them, and I turned it into just how marketing can help you. So this is usually the first slide I show of like, or no, sorry, this is a slideshow I made for a video that I sent to, or that realtors see. But normally it's like how we will add $1 million to your GCI in 90 days or I'll walk your dog for 5 years. That's the kind of guarantees that you hear when marketing people are calling you, right? It's like, hey, we'll get you 10 listings in the next 30 days or I'll, I don't know, do something stupid, right? Like that's the kind of things they're trying to set. Like we're so confident in our ability and then pretty much just lets you down 90% of the time because the expectations weren't set properly, right? So yeah, no, that's not how online marketing works. So I just kind of want to go through a bit of a few examples of just how to do it in, I guess, the most effective way where your expectations are set properly. Like you saw with Peter's, I think that was a great first example. Like the return does not come within 30 days or in 60 days or even 90 days. Sometimes it can. I've had it happen with many realtors where it does, and it's awesome when it does, and I'll show a few examples, but it shouldn't be what's expected. So I'll just kind of go over who the heck am I? Why you guys have to listen to me at all? You don't have to listen, so happy you guys are here. I'm Jacob. I athlete who wasn't good enough to be good at anything, like wasn't good enough skier, good enough football player, so threw all that away and decided to get passionate about business and marketing. That was kind of the route I went down. My passion was skiing, so I studied in ski resort operations and management out of all things, and but then through that ended up getting this passion for business as well and started a clothing brand and then moved over to this. I enjoyed the marketing aspect of that, so I took that, had an opportunity with the co-founder of Eden to start this in real estate. We both enjoyed real estate and talking to realtors and the industry as a whole. So like, hey, how can I take everything that we've learned, everything that we know, and he was a videographer, photographer, so we had different backgrounds and experiences, and we were able to get in with people who had other experience in the real estate industry too, and so we're able to they were able to give us a foundation to where we could start from and then take off from there. And yeah, that's who we are. So some examples of those quick wins. Okay, it's like because it's possible when you find the right person at the right time, they're ready to make a transaction. It's awesome. It's fun when it happens. This is Karina, girl we worked with in Thunder Bay. What's really cool when you're in a small town, no one else is running ads. So Facebook runs on a auction basis, so you pretty much have to compete for ad space. So that's why in cities like Toronto, Montreal isn't too bad, but Toronto, Vancouver, it's really expensive to get leads on Facebook because you're competing with everyone else who's running ads. Montreal is not too bad. So far I've been able to do a pretty good job at getting some cheaper leads, but for Thunder Bay, she's competing with maybe 4 or 5 other people, right? So she was spending $14 a day on ads, getting leads at legit $2 a lead. We were playing a numbers game with her though, especially she was just starting out. So she got like over 100 leads a month for 2 months, closed 2 of them within the first 60 days, got a nice return, and then was able to go from there. So it's nice when you see the returns and you can reinvest and you're in a good spot, but it's just, again, I don't set that expectation usually when I start working with someone. Same thing for Daniel. This is a guy in BC. So he was able to get a $700,000 listing in second month. He sold it in his third month, and then again just creates like a nice base where you can keep going. And then we get into content. So when we started this business in April 2024. And then the first year was just focused on lead generation. So how can we generate the most amount of leads for realtors and do it effectively and have them be able to convert? That's what we focused on. We got to the end of the year and we realized, okay, we got some agents that were crushing it and some agents that were doing all right. But we noticed that there was a noticeable difference. And so I spent my holidays of last winter figuring out why the heck are some agents converting a higher amount of their online leads than others. It's the same leads we're getting, people the same, not the same ads, but the same kinds of ads, kinds of funnels, stuff like that, but some people are converting more. It came down to their online brand and presence that they had established. So what's the first thing you do after you click on a random ad online? Go on the profile. Go on the profile, go look them up, go look at something. You want to know who the heck you just gave your information to. And if they don't find anything, when you do call them, they're going to tell you to F off. Right? Like it's just that's the kind of trust that they have in you because they don't know who you are. So once they land on your profile, if you can leave a lasting impression, that if you can call them in the first 60 seconds, great. But if not, even if you call them in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour, if you were able to leave a good impression through your content, through your online presence, the trust is already there. So your content also just has to reflect a bit of who you are, right? Like you have to put some videos in there. Some people aren't comfortable in front of the camera. It's hard, I understand, but they have to know a bit about who you are. And then we just noticed that if people have that established, and they want to see two things: one, who you are, and two, if you're currently active. So if they go on there and they see a video of you from 2 years ago, sure, they have a bit of an idea who you are, but they're still missing a bit of trust because that's not you right now. So they want to know who you are right now. And then when we noticed that agents who were doing that, they were able to build trust a lot faster with their clients or with the leads that were coming in, and able to convert at that higher rate, which was really cool. So going to 2025, right before I met Peter, we decided to, okay, we're focusing in on content. So now we're combining the lead generation system we've been able to develop over the year, and we're only working with realtors. We didn't end up staying true to this, but we only wanted to work with realtors who wanted to run ads and do content. So the thing was like, hey, look, we'll work with you, but we're running ads, we have a specific budget for that, and we're posting every week. So that was the big thing, was like, we noticed how important it was, and if I want you to succeed, I don't want to give you guys anything less than what you need to succeed at the highest level, right? So this was George, someone who we got to try out the content with towards the beginning. He actually runs his own ads, so we didn't even do it with him. I met him, he's a guy from Ottawa, he's young, he's like 22. And he was crushing it. He was telling me when I met him, he was like, yeah, I'm running all these ads and they're doing good, but he noticed he didn't have this online presence. So we decided, hey, look, let's just start making some content together and see what happens. So we started making some content. We didn't work with him for very long. He's more of a friend, and we were just kind of seeing what we could do. When he had like 200 or 300 followers when we had just started. He just posted six posts that me and my partner came up with, a brand strategy, scripts, ideas, like, hey, we should go in this direction. He knew who he wanted to target. His goal was to make content that's entertaining for 30-year-old wine-drinking moms that they're gonna find it funny and show their husband. Like, that was actually what he's like, I wanna make, right? He's like, I wanna make content that reaches that person, like, perfect. So we worked with that. We were able to come up with some more humoristic stuff, things that would get people like giggling, laughing a bit. Yes, he wanted to be the authority, but he figured his work would speak for itself as the authority, and the content was gonna be more entertaining. Yeah. So that was the route he decided to go. It's not the route everyone goes. We have realtors with many different styles of content, but that was what we decided to do with him. And it worked. So like I said, we didn't work very long together, but just to get an idea, when we first started, we made 6 videos. He boosted his follower count to 600 to 800, from 200 to 800, and he landed there was a builder who saw his content, who he met with and wanted him to list the listing he was building if he made content in his listing. So he was able to land a client just from his organic content as well, which is really cool. And then now he's still doing it, but just kind of like more on his own and still running ads. And that was a big part. He's running these ads, but that content just ended up helping establish himself as, hey, this is what I do, and this is who I am. Does that all make sense? Okay, sweet. If you guys have any questions too, if I say something that doesn't make sense or I stutter in a weird time, you can just raise your hand and say, hey, what was that?
Clear so far.
Okay, cool. So this is now the system that we kind of use across the board whenever I'm helping someone or working with someone. And the step one is always when we meet, okay, let's figure out your brand. This doesn't have to be something you spend 2 months figuring out. Many people get stuck in like, oh, what kind of content, what kind of colors, what kind of visuals, what kind of thing. it matters, but it doesn't. It matters that you decide something. It doesn't matter what it is. It does a bit, but as long as you start posting, then you can change it. You change and adapt and see what works, what doesn't work, and the faster you get stuff out, the more data you have, and the more you can change it up. So we normally spend a couple days, like normally I'll meet with them for like an hour. We'll figure out, okay, just who it is you're going after, what kind of people you want to attract, both like kinds of clients, like buyers, sellers, investors, but kinds of people too. So for him, right, the 30-year-old wine drinking mom at the end of the day, that was like the person he was trying to attract. So we'll figure out that. Yes, if you're still in the process of maybe you want a logo for your team or colors, we'll help with that too, for sure. But what I would recommend is just start with something. Like just kind of come up to, okay, well, what's your voice? I have some different tools for this too, if ever you guys want. There's a tool called My Brand Story. It's just a free online site where you can go in and like it'll ask you a bunch of questions, or My Story brand. It'll ask you a bunch of questions about yourself, your history, your experience, and then the kind of people you want to help, and kind of like it presents your business as a story. Who's the villain, which is the problems that your clients are facing. Who are these people? And it kind of allows you to write down the story of your business. It'll use AI to kind of give you some idea, and then you can use that to figure out what kind of content you want to make, which is really cool. So once we figure out that, it's content strategy time. This comes down to a few things: the volume, what kind of content we want to be posting. Like I said, are we posting daily, weekly? Like, I don't recommend going from 0 to 100. If you can and you're ready, do it. Like, obviously, like, don't think anything is too big. I was just listening. Do you guys know who Alex Hormozi is? Okay, like amazing entrepreneur, but I was listening to him on the ride here, and he was like, just do more. He's like, if you want to beat everybody, and they're posting three times a day, don't post 3 times a day, because then you're just going to match them. Post 10 times a day, because then you're going to beat them. He's like, if you want to be if you want to be the top 1%, we're 10 people in this room. If you want to be the top 1%, I have to make sure I'm posting more than all 10 of you in this room in order to beat you, right? So it's like, anyways, I know it's kind of an extreme way to think, but that's not what I'm talking about today. But that's just, the idea you have to have is, okay, if I truly do want to do more, just do it. So we kind of develop that content strategy, like I was saying, then we get into creating content. I actually want to kind of open the door open the floor to you guys. When you guys make content, what do you feel like is the easiest, or what kind of content are you making? If I can ask that, like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Well, in some of the content that I've made, I'll bring up things that I'm experiencing with clients that I actually have sometimes, or, so I kind of bring it into, okay, so what are the 5, I just make a list of, 5 things that are really important when you're looking for a house.
Yeah.
So, and I make my list, and I use it, it's an app for teleprompter.
Yeah.
So, and then I just, and I record it, and then I post it, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from that, and I've actually gotten a few clients from that, buyers, and also sellers, but different contents that I've posted, like for listing your house.
Yeah.
Top things to remember. How to purge, like it's all, also things on the periphery.
Yeah.
How to prepare. If you need a mortgage broker, I know someone, just trying to put as much information out there.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So the content that you're doing, do you boost it as an ad? And
I
then
don't.
where?
See, that's where I'm not there yet, because I do it on my own page.
Yeah.
My professional page, but then I share it onto my personal page, so that my friends can see it.
Yeah.
And then they'll share it sometimes, or
But there's nowhere like, if they click on it, there's no sign up, there's no way to contact you, or
that's where I'm not.
That's okay as well. I'll get into that in a bit.
Not there.
That's okay. And there's time and a place for that.
Yeah.
But you usually even want to separate your organic from your paid. So I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, and
but
that's what my feeling has been
Yeah.
too, because I don't want to.
boosting is
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not there, so think
Okay.
about it.
All right, we'll get into that. But no, that's really good. So your whole thing is like, hey, to make sure that people are educated, and if they have questions, then they come to you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
like, exactly, I want to be a resource.
Yeah.
And like you said, like you're building that relationship, and you want to be helpful,
Yeah.
you know, and that's number one, and authentic. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not pushing the sales. Yeah.
I'm inspired to make content when just the things that interest me in real estate. Like
Yeah.
I love rooftop terraces. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and just so every I'm on a rooftop, I'm about making a video, and just like, and I'll do that because they're super cool.
Yeah.
You know, or another thing would be like, we're in this 1893 house and be like all the details. So I just like take photos of all the little details. You know, I haven't put it up yet, but make a montage of just because it's interesting to me. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing I like to do is sharing my client stories.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to actually ask you, because you mentioned at the beginning and you talked about education, but through, like you talked about like the experience you have with your clients or client stories, when you're doing those educational videos, are you tying in your client stories?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am at times. I'm really careful though, because a lot of them are friends on, like they're my friends, so I don't want to name any names or anything. Or,
Right.
You know.
Yeah. You have
And
to.
I don't want to
There's
be
a
too
confidentiality,
personal.
but
Yeah.
I've done it where, for even when I do content about my own clients or realtors I work with, I'll just change their name as well.
Yeah.
I'll just say, hey, your name was John,
Yeah.
I changed it to Dave.
And you feel like that's okay to do? Like
Yeah, 100%. Because
I've just been really careful about that.
obviously, yeah, they might still recognize the story, and that might be okay though, as long as it's a good story. You don't want to tell a story about how the client was an asshole, and you don't want to do that. But if it's a good story of success, absolutely, and they're gonna be happy that they were part of it too. Where was I going with that? Yeah, it makes it relatable. So yeah, okay, educating people is great, but most of the time they don't even know if they need the information you're sharing. Yeah. So if you say, hey, I met Dave, and Dave went through this, this, and this, so these are the 5 things you should think about this, they're not going to know those 5 things are important until they realize, oh, I have the same problem Dave had.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
So it's starting off with that kind of hook of like, hey, if you're like going through this, like my client was, who was stuck in this, this, and that, well, this is what you should do. Right? So that's kind of, the storytelling is the marketing trick as old as time. That's just,
it really is.
It's the best.
There's a guy named Neil Ford, Foard, and he runs a website called Storyfire.
Okay.
And he's like on TikTok, and he just tells stories. It's all about storytelling. Like, it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But it's funny, one of the videos that I did a few years ago that sort of had one of the best reactions, I was driving down Victoria and I saw there was like these apartment buildings and they had taken all the brick off. All the brick. So I stopped and I said, hey, we think we live in brick buildings, but really we live in wooden buildings with brick exteriors. And I said, so the post was called, so these are naked buildings. So putting naked in the title can help.
Trigger words. Trigger words are amazing.
That's fun.
Absolutely. So yeah, so get started is kind of the I didn't go super deep into what it looks like to develop a brand, what the strategy actually looks like, and actually creating it. But I'm like, if you guys have questions after, I'm happy to help. Like, if you're thinking right now, okay, I should make content more in my listings, more storytelling, more like, if you have ideas, I'm happy to chat more about it after. It's something we can spend forever talking about. I can spend forever talking about. But content's everywhere. I don't know who I was talking to. I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't you yesterday. I was talking to someone, oh yeah, it was one of our other clients, just about how she was doing an open house and was talking about like if she should film there, and then I just started spitballing some ideas, because it was like she was like, I'm going to this open house, but it's kind of just a vacant house. There's not much in it. There's nothing in it. And she was like, so I don't really know what to do. It's just gonna be like, I don't know what kind of content I should film. I was like, well, like the living room is empty, right? She's like, yeah. I was like, do a video where you turn on the lights. It's just you sitting on the middle of the hardwood floor, and you kind of make like a sarcastic point of like, imagine yourself here in the morning with your coffee, like how cozy I am, kind of thing, even though it's just a dark, cold wood floor room, right? Like and she's like, oh yeah, okay, and she started having more ideas. I was like, okay, sweet. So it's everywhere. I'm filming right now for content for myself. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I just had this idea last night. I was like, oh, I'll film while I talk. I don't know if I'll use it, but I mean, it's content, right? And there might be something I say that might be valuable to post or something too. So just honestly, sometimes people are like, I don't know, like how I should be filming content everywhere. I don't have time to take out my phone. And I joke, but I'm kind of serious. Like, just put a GoPro on and like film everything. And then, that way you just have so much content you can use and go through. GoPro obviously might not be super practical, but there is ways to film content all the time.
Hey, sorry to stop you there. Hope you're enjoying this video. You're getting some value from it. If this is inspiring to you, but maybe I'm going through everything too fast, but you are looking to take your real estate business to the next level going into 2026, then make sure to hit the link in the description below to get access to all the information I'm talking about in an extended format where you can pause, take notes, and get access to other realtors who are in the same boat as you, wanting to start growing their business online, but you might not want to pay, outside people to do it for you. I put everything in this Skool community that you can get access to using the link in the description. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Okay, so we've established our brand, we're making content. Now we're running ads. So usually it doesn't have to be necessarily in this order, but I like to get people starting to post because like I said, once you start running ads, you want people to land on your page and see that you have something there. So running ads on like pretty much everything Peter talked about for Facebook ads. There was no other ad platform you used, right?
I mean, it also goes on Instagram, right?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Meta, yeah.
Facebook and
Yeah. Okay, so Facebook and Instagram. We also run ads on YouTube. You can run Google, TikTok, like you can do it kind of all. Right now, trends we're kind of seeing just across the board is you can attract pretty good quality for the price buyers through Meta is kind of what we're seeing with Peter and a few other clients too, and some downsizing leads as well, people who might have a house, but they're actively looking for that next house, right? So across Meta, depending what kind of ads you're running, that's what we're seeing. So if you like, hey, I want some more buyers and I don't know where to get them, I would start with some Facebook ads, especially if maybe getting in front of the camera for ads might not be where you're at right now. Running static ads, so just like a picture on Facebook can do pretty well, but you have to test. So I was telling this to Peter yesterday, and I tell this to people all the time, whether we're working with them or not, is like when you start a campaign, like there better be at least 8 different creatives in there. There better, like even if you're running $20 a day, I want to see 8 to 10 creatives in there. You can put all the same copy at first, but put 8 to 10 different pictures with variations of what you're doing. And then run it for a week or two, get data, you cut off the losers, you keep the winners, and you throw more in there. And you're always testing, because eventually they do get ad fatigue, is what we call it. So eventually they do fatigue, everyone in your area has seen it, and now you gotta try something new to get attention. So it's a continual thing you're doing. It's not something you have to check every day, so don't get freaked out if you put some new ads up and in 2-3 days you're not seeing results, and so you start changing things and freaking out. No, just wait. Once a week, go in there, make your changes, and then go from there. You don't have to be staring at it every day. Sometimes you just have to wait, and it's painful. You see it taking money, and it's like, okay, I'm still waiting. Sometimes you just have to wait. I never see it as a waste because it's all data. So I've spent like, I don't even know how much money on ads, just a ridiculous amount across all the realtors and myself. And it's hard, but you just have to know that like, run it for 6 months. Like actually, if you can budget to run it for a few months, you're gonna have so much data as long as you're constantly checking in and changing things and doing it, that by the end you're gonna like, yes, you're gonna have business like we saw with Peter and other examples, but you're just gonna have like so much information to know what to do next all the time. Like, so that's the biggest thing is data, and it's not it's not always just about like the money spent and the leads received right away. You want to see how many people are clicking on the ad, how many people are landing on your landing page, how many people are converting on your landing page. So maybe your ads are doing amazing and you're like, they're not getting any leads, I have to change the ads. But no, your landing page is just made weird and your form is hidden somewhere, and like it's just the landing page. It's not always the ads. There's so many layers to how this kind of works and what allows them to convert that, yeah, it's a lot to think about, but the trick again is the same as content, just get started. And always learn. YouTube University is the best university on the planet. You can learn how to do anything and everything. So we run ads, then the focus is, okay, you're selling to online leads. These aren't your cousin's buddy who got referred over to you. It's someone who has no idea who you are. So having the ad introduce a bit who you are, but normally you want your ad to have an offer to it, right? Something unique, something special, whether it's the list of homes, which we do see a lot. So we've kind of started going the route, it still works, like you've seen it, it's still working for you. We started going the route more too of how do I explain it? Like, I'm looking for X amount of Montreal homeowners looking to get top value for their house and upgrade to their next home in the next 3 months. And like, you kind of call out exactly who you're looking for. There's limited spots available because, you know, even if there's not, you just say, okay, just put a number on it. How many people could I theoretically take on in the next month? If that's 5, great, put 5 in the ad. You might not fill 5, but just put 5 in the ad. And then talk about, who exactly is you're calling out, the limited amount of space, and see if you qualify. So the headline now is, don't get access to my service. No, see if you qualify for my service. So now they're coming to you. So now they're coming to you and they're going to fill out this form to, I don't know if I want to buy, but I want to see if I qualify because there's something exclusive here, right? So you position your regular service that you do as a premium service that people have to come to you and see if they qualify for. Yeah. So we've been doing that across the board, and it's been really cool. You eliminate a lot of people who are just browsing, so looking for just the list of homes or something too. You get rid of a bunch of those. So most of the people who come through, you can get a hold of for the most part. Last thing I'll say about ads, Facebook ads has this new feature a few months ago where you can verify by SMS. So anyone who fills out just a Facebook form now, you can check a box where they're going to get texted a code to verify their phone number before they click on submit on the form. So no more bogus phone numbers. It's but obviously for you, you have the landing page too, so it won't matter as much. But if you're just running a Facebook form, you can verify phone numbers now. So it's awesome. Sorry, whose bag that was? Okay. So I'll just kind of continue with the selling to online leads. They're not your cousin's buddy, so it just requires all of those touch points, which is why to build the trust, right? Like you might have to reach out to them. I don't know how many times have you reached out to someone before they
easy, like a half a dozen.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So between like 6 to even a dozen points of contact. So your ad is the first point of contact. Then if they land on your page and there's a video, it's your second point of contact. You get to leave a second impression. Then they go check you out. That's the third. Now when they come into the system, you shoot them an automated SMS. That's the fourth. And then you give them a call. That's the fifth. They might not answer you, so you leave a message, and then you call again. That's 6, and you might get a hold of them, and they know who you are. Right? Like it's not a one call fixes everything thing, and sometimes it'll take 12 to 15 attempts too. But as long as you're there as the person who wants to help and not sell, you're in a good place. Or like even if they're seeing if they qualify for your service, as long as you're positioning yourself as the person who's there to help them see if they qualify, they're gonna appreciate that. So obviously there's not many like people who submit that form. Yeah, there are some unqualified people, but they're the same kind of leads as you'll see across the board, where they're still someone you can work with, even if they haven't gotten their pre-approval yet, right? Helping them qualify for your service is getting them started by referring them over to a mortgage broker, right? So it's all people who you can still have in your pipeline and work with on the long term. Your database is the last thing. That this is something I think 90% of the realtors I've talked to and work with ignore the most. Is you got deals waiting for you. How many of you guys have over 100 people in your database? A few, okay. Do you got, how many, wait, a better question. Who's using a CRM right now? Okay.
We have now.
Yeah.
We have now a fabulous CRM that's provided to all brokers at no cost.
Okay.
That links you to the social media.
Awesome.
Deborah has done some training on that. It's a wonderful CRM.
Okay, awesome. Use that. Like there's no such thing as the perfect system. I love the system that we've built at Eden. I think I'm biased. I think it's the best system ever, but any CRM just can do the job to close more deals. So, man, how much time do I got? I got it. 11. Okay, I'll try to keep this short. I'll give you guys just an example of a good way to use it. It comes down to building your brand as well. I started doing this for my company last spring and then realized it was working, so started implementing it into all of our realtors' business too. Most emails that you're gonna send to your clients now, if I'm guessing, is like a July market update kind of general email of what's going on in Montreal, or just like something generic trying to inform people of a newsletter. You're sending them a newsletter of real estate news or something in Montreal, or what's going on in your office, or whatever it is. How do you stand out? How do you stand out in that person's inbox and make them actually answer those emails and come back to you when the time is right? And so what I started doing was every month I would sit down and write down everything that happened to me in my life, or a good list of things in the last month. So whether got into a car accident, it was my birthday, got engaged, hit my head on the wall getting out of bed, whatever it was, literally anything, you spilled coffee on yourself, anything that happened to you. And then I took that list of things, put it into AI, with the AI you train and build over time, but to give me a list of 15 emails to send the following month. And so I would ask AI to relate all of those things that happened to real estate. For me, it was relating it to real estate marketing, obviously, but for you guys, it would be relating all those things that happened to you to buying and selling a home, or investing, or whoever it is that's mainly in your database, related to things they would be going through. And then send them emails. You can even do it every 3 days, every 5 days, every week if you want. It really depends on the kind of clients you have, I guess. I think right now for our realtors, we're doing one a week. But for me and for the realtors in my system, I don't know if you still get my emails. Okay, maybe one every 3-4 days, something like that. So it's just like, I want to constantly be top of mind with a hook that's engaging. So, the subject's going to be something about how my dog ran away and how it's going to help you close more deals. Something, I don't know what exactly it'll be, but something along those lines. What the heck is he talking about? Open rate is pretty good because people just want to see what it is. And I've had so many people come back, and then I hop on a call with them after and say, hey, yeah, how was your trip to Portugal? Because they saw I wrote an email about my trip to Portugal. And then it just builds that relationship, right? It's all about building a relationship and getting people familiar with who you are, how you work, your personality a bit. And that's one of the best ways I've been able to take advantage of my database and help our realtors take advantage of theirs too. And it's been working across the board. So if you're not doing anything, that's one thing you can start doing with your database.
I need to know that.
It's powerful. It really is. Okay, so we talked about this already a bit, but the average or expected results and timeline, like I said, don't expect ads especially to just convert overnight. That's not kind of how it's gonna work. Be patient. You wanna prepare too. You don't just wanna make a creative and post it right away. Like I said, make your 8 creatives, take time, figure out what you want your copy to be. I often recommend, you have your ad copy, which is the text, and then you can put a review in there too. So if you're targeting home downsizers in Montreal, so people go looking to retire or downsize or whatever the case is, put a client a testimonial in the copy too of someone who did that with you, and that way it kind of blends in and it looks nice. So figure out what you want to do. Prepare, but not too much. Okay, so like we talked about the content, prepare, but don't overthink it. Figure out who exactly you want to speak to. Make it align. What's a really cool tool is the Facebook ad library. So here you guys can go on the Facebook ad library anytime. If you just Google Facebook ad library, it'll be the first link that pops up probably. You can see every ad that's being run right now by everyone. Amazing tool. So you can see exactly what people are doing. You can't see the results obviously, but usually what I do is you can see when they were posted, when they were uploaded. So what I usually do is I'll go back, I won't look necessarily at the ones that were recently uploaded. I'll go back 2 months and see who uploaded ads 2 months ago that are still running. Because if you're still running ads after 2 months, probably something about it is still working. And sometimes, for some reason, not all the time, you can click on the actual button of the ad and go see their landing page too. So you can, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. But you can go see everything that they're doing, which is awesome. So go back a few months, see what people have been doing for a while. So go in there, you can look up, you can change the category to housing, and then search something like home buyers Montreal or something like that, and then you'll see all the home buying ads in Montreal that real estate agents are running. Amazing tool. Don't reinvent the wheel, right? Like there is a wheel that has been created that's been proven to work. You can use it. Like I said with the whole see if you qualify thing, that is not something I've seen done in real estate, but it's something we did for our business and I've seen other people do for their business. So I just took it and applied it to real estate agents. I haven't seen anybody else running that except for us so far. So just also with don't reinvent the wheel, like go see what other business are doing outside of real estate. There's so much money being spent on Facebook ads all the time. You can take other people's data to get yourself started. Make sure you have the automations in place when people come in, right? They're getting your texts, your emails, whatever the case is. Make sure you reach up with them as soon as possible and you get started. So you can theoretically prepare and launch within a week. That's even being generous. Sometimes I start working a realtor, we'll get them filming content, running ads in 48 hours. So just like give yourself a week. I kind of made this for you guys. Give yourself a week to figure out, okay, your content strategy, ad strategy, and just get everything up and going. Month one, you get the ball rolling, so now people are seeing your content more, you're building trust, people are clicking on your ad, going to see your content, you're meeting them in a few different points of contact, and then I usually try to set the expectation from month 4 to 6, I want you to be actively working with new people every month. Like you better be meeting these people that you're meeting, the people that are coming in every single month. My goal, when you're spending $20 to $30 a day on ads on average, that you're getting 1 to 3 new clients closed every month is kind of our goal. That's with consistent ad running, right? So if you don't take breaks and stop and start and stop, if you're just consistently going with it, after month 6, I want that consistency to be happening is usually my goal. That makes sense? Okay, cool. Many people say, I've tried ads, they don't work, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. If you guys do like kind of the steps I just laid out, it's a lot more than what you'll hear most ad people or YouTube videos saying of just, hey, this is how you start running ads, that's it. If you do all this extra stuff, I know it's a lot of extra stuff. It can work without it, but I've kind of made it in a way where I know if we do what I just said, we can expect the results. It's not like as much of a gamble. Like you're actually putting in place the systems that have worked time and time again, but it's a question of not half-assing it, right? It's like, okay, let's take the time, let's do it right, let's build trust, let's build relationships, and not just make an offer and expect people to buy a house with you. It's not a cookie cutter system that works for everyone, right? Like I said, we're gonna try and figure out kind of what works best for you guys, what kind of people you like to work with, the brand, all that kind of stuff. It's not like, people notice if you're not comfortable too. So if in your ad or in your content, you're not comfortable doing what you're doing, they're gonna notice that, it's gonna turn them off. So I always recommend people starting with what you're comfortable doing. If you're a golfer, I was talking to another big broker here in Montreal who he's a big golfer. He loves golf more than anything else in life, real estate, everything. And I was like, hey, if we we're talking about content, yeah, similar, honestly. And I was like, hey, if we start working together, if you want to start filming content, I'm going to come with you on the golf course. And I'm just going to interview you while we go around. And you're going to be in your happy place, nice. People are going to notice it. And we're going to be able to educate people at the same time, right? So be comfortable. Sometimes it's impossible to be comfortable. I understand that. And being in front of the camera it's sometimes just always uncomfortable. The more you do it, the more comfortable it'll be. But people will notice that. And yeah, so just, it's a progress thing. You just get better the more you do it. All right, let's see if we got anything else that's important here. Obviously, so some people, they failed, right? Like we said, it's a game of failure. You fail more times than you succeed, but the question is how fast can you correct yourself? So I think what I told you the other day was how fast can you fail? Fail fast. Like don't let the failure drag on and wait, like fail fast. What I usually recommend, people always say, oh, I'll start ads with $5 to $10 a month or $5 to $10 a day because that's what I have. You're extending your failure. If you can spend $30 a day for the next few weeks or the next month, you're gonna get all the data you need faster. than spending $5 to $10 a day. It's going to take you longer to get the data that you need. So fail fast. You have the data you need to make the changes. When I say data, I know it's kind of hard. I think I made a YouTube video about this if ever you guys want to see, but there's so many aspects to an ad. So for example, I can name off the top of my head, if I see my click-through rates below 2%, I know I need a new creative. So I need a new picture. If my link click-through rate's below 1%, I know I need a new copy or headline. Stuff like that, right? So you just gotta like collect that data as fast as you can and know what you need to change when certain metrics aren't met, all right? I know, I feel so bad because I feel like this sounds so overwhelming and I don't want it to be, but I'm passionate about it, so I don't know how to do it otherwise. All right, so again, we talked about the lead quality. There's many ways to go about this, right? Like sometimes for Facebook, it's a volume game. Sometimes you're just bringing in as many leads as you can, especially at the beginning, because you want Facebook to learn who it is you're going after. So Facebook's really good at machine learning and figuring out who to target for you, but you're gonna have to go through some junk, right? So if you just make a Facebook ad account, Facebook has no idea who you're going after. So you can tell it a bit of information, but it's gonna take a while for it to adapt. So you might bring in 100 leads like we did for that Karina girl back in Thunder Bay. She brought in 200 leads and closed 2 of them. That's like, it's a pretty low percentage of conversion, but it was a new ad account. We needed to get the volume through. Once you get the volume through, then Facebook knows who to go after. You start adding things like landing pages, like some different hoops for them to jump through like we were talking about. And then you bring down your quantity, but your quality will go up. All right, so yeah, just start. Honestly, that's kind of where we're at. So I'm always here. Like I said, I'll give you guys my information too. If ever you guys just want to hop on a call and know what to do, how to start, what you should be posting, what kind of ads you want to be running, I'm here for that. I want to see other agents succeed. I made this. We just launched this Eden Modern Realtor community on Skool, where we have a full course that goes through that 6-step kind of process I talked about. And kind of just lays out the next steps. So everything I talked about in a more extended format where you can go through it step by step and take time, pause, take notes, do what you got to do. But yeah, I'll send you guys all an invite too if you want to be part of that.
Absolutely had a blast in there. It was so fun to be able to meet a few agents who were curious about learning about how to grow their business online, making content, running ads, how to follow up with these online leads, doing all the things that 90% of realtors will never do. So super thankful to all the agents who showed up. Happy we got to chat, connect, and learn together. And yeah, we'll see you next time.